A few years ago, I met a young couple who bought a condo in a super competitive market. They stretched their budget, skipped the inspection, and rushed to make an offer because they were afraid of missing out. 6 months in, reality hit. They realized the location didn't work for their lifestyle. The strata fees were way higher than they expected. And the worst part, they were house poor, barely able to afford life outside of their mortgage. They told me flat out, we wish we didn't buy this. That story isn't rare. Buyer's remorse happens when we make big decisions without fully thinking through the long term impact. Unfortunately, buyer's remorse is way more common than people think. In today's video, we're talking about what buyer's remorse is, why it happens, and how to avoid it. Later in this video, I'll share a mental tool that CEOs, therapists, educators, and leaders use to handle regret and tough decisions. I'm going to walk you through why it happens, the signs you might be walking into a bad decision, and what to do before buying so you don't end up with regrets. Buyer's remorse can come from many different factors like buying something too early instead of waiting, being over-leveraged or borrow more than what you should, buying something in an ethically questionable way, or ending up with a purchase that you later feel others might not approve of, or you yourself start questioning the value or necessity of it. In real estate, here are some common causes of buyer remorse. First, rushing the process because of competition or pressure. Second, stretching your budget beyond your true comfort zone. Third, not thinking long-term about your lifestyle or goals. Four, ignoring red flags like strata issues or future repairs. And five, buying for emotional reasons like FOMO, status, or pressure from family and friends. Usually in the pre-transaction phase, buyers feel a lot of desire and excitement about owning a property. They fantasize about gatherings, barbecues, going to the new property's gym and swimming pool, and having a lot of fun. In other words, positive emotions tends to distort reality to a certain degree, especially for first-time home buyers. But after the purchase, those emotions cool down. And after living day to day in the property, they face the reality. They might realize their friends who didn't buy are enjoying more freedom because they don't have mortgage payments. Or they might see others with similar budgets getting better deals. Sometimes people they respect express doubts or disapproval about the property. Or they might see comparable units in the same building or neighborhood selling for less. Signs you're headed toward regret? First, you are already uncomfortable with the mortgage monthly payments. Second, you're compromising on too many of your must-haves. Third, you feel anxious instead of excited. Fourth, you're unsure about the location or the property condition. Fifth, you feel like you're making the decision just to get into the market. Sixth, you skipped crucial due diligence steps. And seven, you didn't have a voice of reason, someone to reflect with, and made the decision solely on your own. If any of these sounds familiar, pause. It doesn't mean you shouldn't buy. It just means you need to slow down the process. Crucial steps to avoid buyer's remorse. Before you submit an offer, define your non-negotiables early. Think about what really matters to you. Location, natural light, layout, proximity to school catchment, your commute, or neighborhood vibe. These are the things that will impact your day-to-day life. Do not compromise on what you already know is important for your lifestyle and well-being. Buy for the next 5+ years, not just today. Will this place work for your life in the next 2, 3, or 5 years? Real estate transactions are expensive. If you think your life is going to change soon and this property won't adapt with those changes, it might not be the right move. Stay within your financial comfort zone. Just because a bank approves you for $1.5 million, it doesn't mean you have to spend that much money. Think about your after-tax income, lifestyle costs, childcare, saving, and emergency expenses. Leave room for life. Do not become house poor. Understand the total cost of ownership. The mortgage is just the beginning. You'll also be paying for strata fees, property taxes, utilities, maintenance, home insurance, and possibly special levies. If your mortgage payment is $3,000 a month, your total monthly cost could easily end up at $4,500 a month. Always run those numbers first. You can download the total cost of ownership calculator down below and run the numbers for each property you are serious about. During the offer stage, do not skip the due diligence. Get a home inspection. Read all strata documents. Do title searches. Talk to a few neighbors in the building or area if you can. They're usually open about any red flags. Even doing a quick Google search about the building or neighborhood can uncover useful information. Walk around the neighborhood at different times of the day. Check city development plans. This stuff might seem boring, but skipping it is a shortcut to regret. Make a journal of your reasoning before you submit your offer. Write down why you want this property, how it fits your needs and lifestyle, what you're compromising on, and why it makes sense in your budget. Later, if remorse creeps in, you can revisit your thinking and see the context of the decision. Download the journal template in the link down below. After the offer is accepted, do not search after you've purchased. Buying a property is like marrying someone. If you want a happy relationship, you don't keep swiping on dating apps. Same thing with homes. Once you buy, stop looking at listings. Do not compare your purchase with new ones hitting the market. Understand that buyer's remorse is very common, and regardless of how good your purchase was, it will most likely happen to you. So when it does, remind yourself that this is just your brain going through an emotional and logical reassessment of the decision you made. It's your mind trying to help you navigate the complexity of life and major commitments. If you don't believe me, just do a quick Google search for buyer's remorse in real estate and you will be amazed by the number of stories and threads out there. And those are just more extreme examples. The truth is, almost everyone goes through a phase of second guessing after making a high stakes decision like buying a home. Don't panic. Instead, be systematic about it. Use tools like Gibbs Reflective Cycle. This tool will help you organize your thoughts, emotions, and analysis in a structured way so you're not just reacting to the stress, but actually understanding what's going on. So what is the Gibbs Reflective Cycle? It's a simple but very powerful tool often used in education, healthcare, and leadership to process experiences, especially ones that bring up strong emotions or require complex decision making. It has a 6-step description. What happened? Feelings. What were you thinking and feeling at the time? Evaluation. What was good or bad about that experience? Analysis. Why did it happen? What sense can you make of it? Conclusion. What you could have done differently. Action plan. If this happens again, what will you do? Using this method helps you slow down and reflect with intention rather than spiral into regret. It brings clarity to what exactly is bothering you, whether it's financial pressure, lifestyle mismatch, or just fear of the unknown. From there, you can create a clear action plan, whether it's improving your budgeting, adjusting expectations, or just accepting that some discomfort is normal in a big transition. It also gives you a framework for future decisions, so you're not repeating the same stress cycle. In short, it turns your remorse into growth instead of guilt. I left the template for you down below so you can use the cycle in your favor. Remember, your home isn't just an investment. It's your shelter, your safe place, and a place that protects your privacy and peace. Even if the numbers doesn't look ideal right now, values fluctuate, and in BC, if you stick around long enough, you usually catch up. You haven't lost anything unless you sell. Please do not add to someone else's remorse. If your friend, sibling, in-laws, or children bought a home, even if you 100% disagree with their decision, be mature and kind enough to do not give your opinion unless they asked for it before the purchase. Do not blame them or point out what they should have done. Do not gossip about their decision behind their back. If they came to you before buying, of course give them your honest thoughts. But if they didn't, or if they only asked afterward, please do not pour salt on the wound. Buyer's remorse is real, and in some cases it can seriously impact someone's mental and emotional health. Be supportive, not critical. What they need after making a big decision is support, not judgment. Keep an emergency fund. Let me tell you a quick short real story. A friend of mine bought a condo, and just 3 days after moving in, his wife was laid off. Their first mortgage payment was due in less than 2 weeks. Life will always throw curveballs. Be ready for them. Keep a small financial cushion on the side. Bonus tips to feel confident in your purchase. Sleep on your offer before submitting it, if you can. Ask yourself, would I still want this place if no one else won it? Talk to someone who bought recently and ask what they wish they had done differently. Remember, the best real estate deal isn't just the one where you got in. It's actually the one where you stayed happy. Avoiding buyer's remorse is about being proactive, grounded, and honest with yourself. Do not rush just to get in. Do not stretch just to impress, and do not ignore your gut. Quick recap. Buyer's remorse is real and avoidable. Know your non-negotiables and your true budget. Think long-term and do your due diligence. Always buy for yourself, not to impress others or beat the market. Thanks for watching. In the next video, we were going to talk about, is your realtor really acting in your best interest or just trying to close the deal? See you there.